Hello everyone, time is running short. The days to when we leave for Europe are getting shorter. I can now count on one hand the number of days left. And while it's very exciting, it's also very scary because, you know, you're kind of leaving everything you know for like 3 months and you know you're kind of like missing out here for 3 months. And it's not something that I'll necessarily be thinking about while I'm over there, but, you know, for the days leading up, it's kind of scary. Still haven't packed. I kind of have a bunch of stuff all over my room, which I know I'm going to take with me. I just haven't consolidated it yet, which I guess is kind of packing. Recently, with the trip getting closer, we've been kind of upping the amount of meetings that we've had for the trip. Just kind of meeting with all the group of students that we're going to Europe with, and then like our sponsor who's going over with us, and kind of the guy who's doing all the administrative stuff for us. So we've had 2 meetings this week, and we've, you know, been consolidating a few final details. There wasn't as many meetings as I thought we were going to have. We've maybe had 10 tops since like last year making the decision to go to Europe. We've had maybe 10 meetings since then. A lot of that has to do with the planning being done through other schools. It's kind of a coalition project with a bunch of schools, and so we're kind of just syncing up with their details and figuring it out from there. But in our most recent meetings, we've been just consolidating final details and really watching some Rick Steves videos. The same guy who wrote the book that I'm supposed to read for the trip. Rick Steves is like the American travel guru. He travels a lot and does a lot of travel writing, and had a show on PBS, I think, where he did just kind of like historical half-an-hour videos about different countries and different civilizations and stuff like that. So we watched a few of those about Vienna just to get ourselves oriented with a little bit of the history there. We also watched one of his seminars that he did, which was kind of just an overview of the book that we're reading. And he talked about a lot of the same points and just cultural differences and stuff like that. It was very interesting and kind of made me very excited. He had made a lot of good points. It was very, very fun. Also, I got an email from one of my professors for a class that I'm taking over in Europe, and he let me know that they had already started school. They were school down in Tennessee. They had already started class last week. So I am already a week and a half behind, which is great. So I ordered the textbook and I'm going to try and catch up. So again, just trying to figure out last minute things that I have to get straightened out before I go to Europe. I gotta figure out phone plan stuff because I don't know how that's working over there and whatnot. But yeah, really just kind of putting things together. And then we'll be leaving on Wednesday and flying out of Toronto, and we'll be in Europe by Thursday. They were flying into Munich. I'll find out on Wednesday. Until next time.